आ जाओ आ जाओ
मैं इधर बैठता हूँ
आ गया
जिनकी जिनके परिचय की पहले से बहुत जरूरी है, but currently he is holding INA Satish Chavan Chair of Engineering Units, उन्होंने अपना जीवन एटॉमिक रिसर्च को समर्पित किया। अनुरोध है प्रोफेसर सिंह से कि वे कुछ कमेंट करें। अब अनुरोध है प्रोफेसर सिन्हा से कि वे अतिथि का स्वागत करें। कुछ CSIO की गतिविधियां उनका
Respected Dr. Anil Kakodkar, distinguished guests, scientific, technical, administrative staff of CSIR-CSIO, research scholars, students, representatives of press and media, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I am extremely grateful to Dr. Anil Kakodkar, Indian National Academy of Engineering Satish Dhawan Chair of Engineering Eminence, DARC, Member Atomic Energy Commission, and Chairman TIFRAC, despite his busy schedule, for kindly accepting our invitation and having agreed to be the chief guest on the occasion of National Technology Day 2016 at CSIR-CSIO, Chandigarh. As you all are aware, National Technology Day is celebrated to commemorate the nuclear test held in Pokhran in Rajasthan on 11th of May 1998. On this day, the first indigenous aircraft, Hansa-3, was test flown at Bangalore. India also performed successful test flight of the Trishul missile on the same day. National Technology Day is also an occasion to recollect the achievements of India in the field of science and technology. And therefore, all over India may annually observe as National Technology Day to celebrate the technological breakthroughs. These diverse and significant achievements on a single day in a way indicate the resurgence of Indian technology, and this day inspire all of us to follow the footprint of our senior scientists and technologists and also excel in many areas. This day also marks a significant role in the life of scientists, engineers, planners, and those who are engaged in building the organization and thereby the nation to envision our country to be self-sufficient in meeting the basic human needs of nutrition and health, energy, education, and connectivity with a strategic, financially, and physically secure country. So, with this background of National Technology Day, I am extremely glad to inform you that Central Scientific Instruments Organization, Chandigarh, has been involved in research, design, and development of scientific and industrial instruments for societal, strategic, and high science application since its inception in the year 1959. And our current activities are focused on instruments for enhancing agro products, post-harvest agro needs, and processed foods. Instruments for therapeutic, diagnostic, medical devices, and rehabilitation of elderly and differently abled population, precision automechanics, and next generation avionics. devices and components based on photonics and nanotechnology, instrumentation for national security, public safety, and smart India. And the other area is our active involvement in the skill development in the area of optics, photonics, mechatronics, analytical, and biomedical instrumentation, with a focused academic programs at the diploma level, master level, and doctoral level. As a result, we are providing technological solutions for improving the quality of human life through design and development of instruments from the avionics, that is agricultural sector, to the avionics. I am again extremely happy to share with you, sir, that in the last 1 year, we have provided over a dozen of technology transfer to the industry. Some of them are the technology of digital grain moisture analyzer, the technology of electrostethoscope, technology of air-assisted electrostatic sprayer, technology for making of a diffraction lab mirror interferometer, technology of postural stability system, technology of induction motor efficiency, monitoring system, technology of myometer, technology of energy management systems. These were all transferred in last 1 year. So based on our ongoing science and technology activity, we are in the process of finalization of transfer of technology for which the product is already, and some of them are portable reading machine for the blind, a software for 2D computerized sabrometric analysis, we have named it AutoSap, energy management system, development of water quality monitoring watchdog, earthquake warning system for metro rail, anti-glare filter for automobiles, which are just seen. And we hope to provide many more technological solutions for the societal and strategic applications. And we have a well chopped out plan to keep our pace of the development of new technology and its integration with the existing system. And we are not lacking behind the knowledge creations. Our scientists have also maintained 1.2 research papers per scientist per year in SCI journal, with the highest impact factor of 26 in last 2 years. With this brief of our organization, CSIR-CSIO, once again I extend very warm welcome to you, sir. And now I am going to present a brief profile of Dr. Anil Kakodkar for the benefit and for the inspiration of audience present in this auditorium. Indeed, your achievement serves as a role model for all of us in general and to the younger scientists in particular. So, please see this brief profile which I am presenting. My job is a bit tough, that it is what to select in presentation, but it is easier also that it is all mentioned in one place. So I will refer that website name also. So Dr. Anil Kakodkar did his BTech from 1963 from Bombay University. He joined Baba Atomic Research Center in 1964 and obtained top rank in the postgraduate training at BRC Training School, Bombay. He did MSc in Experimental Stress Analysis, Nottingham, UK in 1969. Has been honored with a doctorate degree from more than 20 universities in India. He has been director BRC Mumbai from 1996 to 2000, Chairman Atomic Energy Commission and Secretary to the Government of India, Department of Atomic Energy for the period 2000 to 2009. And my source of this data is given in the presentation. DAE, that is Department of Atomic Energy, Homi Chair Professor BRC from 2010 to 2015. Currently, Indian National Academy of Engineering, Shakti Sawan, Chair of Engineering Divisions, BRC Mumbai, also Chairman type at New Delhi, and some of his awards. He received Padma Shri in 1998 from Government of India, received Padma Bhushan in 1999 from Government of India, received second highest civilian honor Padma Vibhushan in 2009 from Government of India, Fellow of the National Academy, and served as its President 1999 to 2000, Member Atomic Energy Commission, Government of India. He received Hariom Ashram Prerit Vikram Sarabhai Award in 1988, Vicky Award for Outstanding Contribution to Nuclear Engineering and Technology in 1997, Best R&D Man, National Foundation of Indian Engineers Excellent Award in 1998, Fellow of Indian Academy of Science, Member International Nuclear Energy Academy, designed and constructed various systems for Gurva reactors, involved in the first successful peaceful nuclear explosion experiment on May 18, 1974 at Pokhara, Rajasthan, played key role in the series of nuclear tests conducted during May 1998 at Pokhara, Rajasthan, published over 250 research papers and several technical reports. Dr. Kakodkar has created a roadmap for third stage of India's nuclear program, actively involved in programs related to augmentation of thorium utilization in India's nuclear program. TIFAC, that is Technology Information Forecasting and Assessment Council's CapEx group, led by Dr. Anil Kakodkar, has brought out a document called Technology Vision 2035. This document was released by Honorable Prime Minister of India during 103rd Indian Science Congress on January 3rd, 2016. Dr. Kakodkar has been devoting primarily these days on issues related to energy, education, and societal development. Dr. Kakodkar was Chairman Solar Energy Corporation in its formative stage, Chairman Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics during 2006 to 2012, Chairman Governing Body Inter-University Accelerator Center, New Delhi, Chairman Board of Governors, Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay during 2006 to 2015. And this is the presentation, and this is from his website, that is Anil.in. So that is what I presented to you the today's speaker.
Dr. Anil Kakodkar, एक प्रेरणादायक व्यक्तित्व जो यहाँ बैठे सभी व्यक्तियों को प्रेरणा और आगे बढ़ने की इच्छा देंगे। आपसे अनुरोध है कि और आने वाले हमारे यंग साइंटिस्ट को इंस्पायर
Thank you, Professor Sinha, for this introduction. You have also taken a lot of pains and efforts. Dr. Anil, Dr. Anand, and the entire faculty of CSIR, distinct invited here, entire staff, students of CSIR. First of all, let me express my gratitude for this invitation to be here on Technology Day. It was around this time, 1998, what, 18 years ago. Instead of standing here, I was standing in program. And this was, of course, that day was, as was mentioned, quite important. And several technological achievements happened on the same day. Open test was, of course, one among an important event among them. It also created an addition to the slogan, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, and Prime Minister Vajpayee added the Jai Vigyan to that. So, as members of the scientific community, have reason to be proud and celebrate this particular day. As you saw in the introduction, I am also associated with TIFAC, Technology Information Forecasting and Assessment Council. So it's a technology think tank where, as many of you might remember, Dr. Salam, when he was leading TIFAC, he created a technology vision 2020. And that document did kind of gave very significant and very useful directions for technology pursuits in this country. All of us in TIFAC felt that the technology visioning exercises should be done as a rolling plan. In the sense, you don't have to wait till 2020 to create the next vision document, but rather you create a new vision document with a little bit of overlap. For example, in this case, you would have a 5-year overlap with technology vision 2020 and technology vision 2025. And in TIFAC, we're all of the opinion that this process should continue, so that we continuously calibrate ourselves in terms of devising our technology plans, organizing our technology efforts, so on. And so I thought that on a technology day, there could be any other better topic than talking to you about technology vision. Now this document, the way it was prepared, it's strictly a people's document. It's not as a committee sat together on a table in the comfort of air conditioning and goes down the path of it. It has gone through very comprehensive, widespread consultations, spread at very large number of locations in the country, and also through engagement with very diverse set of stakeholders, which include students, which include the scientists, academicians, which includes industry people, professionals in general, also common public, members of common public. And in addition, of course, there were channels of consultation online to other teams. And brought down judges, like something like 5,000 people have been involved in different aspects of this topic. To sort of crystallize all that input which has come. Of course, it requires a lot of people, so this whole effort was divided into 12 sectoral groups. People knowledgeable, most knowledgeable in those areas. And they have looked at all these inputs, weighted that against their own strong professional background in that area. And the work of preparing what we call these sectoral documents, that is still in progress. But as this work came halfway through, we felt that this is the time when we have fair amount of inputs and we largely grasp that input. And so we sat together to write this text document. And what you have currently, what I'm going to present is the effects technology document. And the plan is that progressively other sectoral documents would also be released. But it's not just creating a document and releasing it public, but there is a lot of work to follow. But the work begins now in terms of giving shape to the ideas which are contained in this document. And again, TIFAC is only a think tank. So TIFAC will act like a catalyst, but interact with different people. For example, some of it may belong to certain domain in which all of you are engaged, and carry the process forward in terms of enriching the country in technology terms. So that's broadly what I'm going to be speaking on. And as was mentioned, this document is of course available on the TIFAC website, and the list is given there. Now, let's start this. With the, we said this is the people's document. I think aspiration of people to find a place, and we will worry about what are the technology solutions that we should have to meet those aspirations. So we said, okay, let's imagine, I'll come to that in a moment, Indians in 2035, and what are likely to be their aspirations. And it gave a snapshot of some of those. For example, we talk about literacy. We have to reach 100% literacy, but the aspiration is 100% literacy, including that of knowledge devices, not just literacy in terms of reading and writing, but also in terms of all the knowledge devices, call it mobile, call it computer, call it iPad, whatever. So all the knowledge devices, knowledge instruments, and knowledge machines, and also ability to deliver language neutral content to all users. That would be one aspect. I'm not going to read all this here, but there are several. For example, in terms of connectivity, can we say that no place in India should be more than 8 hours away from Delhi, the national capital, or 5 hours away from the state capital, or 1 or 2 hours away from the district capital. Or for that matter, nobody should be required to walk more than 1 kilometer to catch a public transport to go wherever one wants to. And so on and so forth. There are such aspirations in terms of food, water, justice, criminal investigation system, and so on and so forth. So all this has been sort of something that I'm sure all of us would like to realize. Now, obviously, we move on to find out what are the technological solutions that we need to think about. But let's come back to this, why technology vision at all? In the sense, these aspirations which are mentioned, they can also be realized even if we don't have a technology vision. For example, all modern technology gadgets, if they appear anywhere in the world, within few months they appear in Indian market. So you can realize those aspirations even otherwise. Why technology vision? And I think the answer to that lies in some of the very important necessities for countries' existence. For example, if you look at for example, these bars here, they talk about GDP, relating GDP of different countries, right from year 1 till year 2008. And India is in this light orange color. And you would notice that till around year 1700, India was the country with highest GDP in the world. Now, I given the reference here, but it must have been quite difficult to accurately estimate GDP in year 180 or 180 or 280. Somebody has done some work. But the fact is that India was economically very rich country. But post 1700, you find that our relative GDP proportions started declining. It's only now that there is a slight increase, there is an upturn. Now, what's reasons could be many, you can look at the dates, correlates, and all that. I'm not going into that. The sharp point that I want to highlight is the two ingredients of GDP are number one, the level, the richness of raw material resources that we hold, or the capability, competence of the human resource people, and the technology and innovative capabilities that exist. And there are of course other parameters, the economics, and copied. But fundamentally, I think these are the three elements which, in my opinion, would decide the level of GDP. Now, in earlier centuries ago, till a few centuries ago, India was, of course, resource-rich country in terms of raw materials. And that's perhaps one of the reasons why we had several people coming to India for trade, several Indians have gone out for trade. We had also several migrations. People came here, took the wealth away, and so on and so forth. But today, we are a resource poor country. Because partly the resources have depleted, partly our population has become very large. So in per capita terms, the resource availability in India is much lower compared to similar position in many other countries. So we are no longer a resource-rich country. So even now, I think we will lot of foreign exchange by exporting our resources. But I think sooner we change that into exporting value-added products rather than resources, better it is for us. I think there is awareness about that. Today, of course, our best bet is human resource because our economy is essentially growing in my view because we have people that too young country, number of people is available. Everybody has two hands, one brain, some physical power, some intellectual capabilities. So you do various engage economic development. And that's what is actually leading to growth of our economy. But imagine that the capability of same young people becomes much larger by way of their being able to produce new technology, by way of their ability to be able to create new innovations, by way of their ability to explore new technology and new products. Then the same individuals will be able to contribute to Indian GDP in a much, much bigger way. And, I think that is the transition that we need to seek and something important. The point is our economy is growing in dollar purchase parity terms. I think we are already around third biggest economy. In real dollar terms, probably 7 or 8. Now, obviously, our economy is growing fast, so our number will improve. But a stage will come where you cannot reach number one position unless you are a technology superpower. By copying others, by getting technologies from outside, you can at best be number two. You can never be number one. You want to be number one, then you have to have something original of your own, which is competitive in the world's market. That's very clear. That's the importance of technology, and hence we have technology. Now, that's not all. There are many other factors. For example, over and above the highest potential for economic growth, technology is the key to comprehensive national power, both in electric sense as well as in the sense of market needs. Technology empowers citizens, societies, and nations. We must remember that this is a double-edged sword. In the sense, as you have access to technology, you can dominate others, but your adversary also get access to At Technology Vision 2020, what was visualized and the situation as it happens today. And it's sort of divided in four compartments. There are areas where actually we have done far better than what was visualized. For example, communication, telecommunication. We all, nobody would imagine that the communication revolution, the mobile communication that we have today, would be at a scale as it is today, 20 or 50 years ago. Just how to imagine. In space, atomic energy, not because I am from atomic energy, but fast breeder technology is a very distinctive technology from technological terms, but more importantly, from the point of view of ensuring long-term energy security. The missile technology and the life science products, pharmaceuticals. These are the areas where we have done much better than what was. There are areas where we visualize that that will happen and that will happen. For example, aviation is one such example. Road transportation is such an example. Again, the services sector has grown. And then there are areas where it is slightly behind, and areas where probably far behind. And it's good to take stock so that in the next cycle we can put in somewhat extra effort to make sure that we move on a more balanced path. Now I mentioned that we're talking about this as a people's talk. So I think it's important also to look at how Indians are expected to be or likely to be in the year 2025. And since we all expect there will be aspirations, so we should be able to meet the expectations by way of some committed, promised relatives. And what has been done is, we know that India is itself a large country, it will remain a large country. We know India is a diverse country, it will remain a diverse country. And so the needs of Indians, it may be of a similar type, but the way that the need has to be met is going to be different. A simple example is, let's take the case of drinking water. Meeting drinking water needs of somebody living in Chandigarh is going to be quite different than meeting drinking water needs of somebody living in some distant place in forest or for that matter in Himalayas. They are quite different. The drinking water need is there for everybody, but the way to satisfy that need is going to be different. So technology that would need would be different. So like that, so the idea is to look at these people and divide them in terms of different groups. For example, people who are going to be the manufacturing powerhouse, very important. Or there may be people who are rooted in remote, or there may be people who have been left out, left behind, or there may be people who are kind of very creative, imaginative, and they have their own lifestyle, they have ideas of their own lifestyle. Or there may be Indian diaspora abroad, or there are people who just are very into a different lifestyle. Now, I think we can look at diversity in many ways, but from point of view of identifying needs, this document looks at this kind of grouping and then looks at their needs. Now, of course, when you go to highly detailed looking at these needs, but simplistically, you have this Maslow talks about basic human needs in terms of the security, prosperity, and identity. Now, even in terms of these basic needs, the needs of these different groups are somewhat different, as is reflected from this first. To be four is these colors, three colors signifying security, prosperity, identity of these people. But we would notice that these are actually different. And based on that, the way to satisfy, way to identify the prerogative and way to satisfy the prerogative. Even so, in a more general basis, the document identifies 6 prerogatives at the individual level, 6 prerogatives at the collective level. For example, clean air and potable water, or food and nutritional security, or 24/7. Like that, they are at individual level. Or on the other side, the safe mobility, for example, public security, or cultural diversity and vibrancy, or transparent and effective governance. These are kind of prerogatives that one would expect at the collective level. And we're talking about finding technological ways of meeting these. So the basic statement, vision statement in this document, of this document, is technology in service of India, ensuring security, enhancing the prosperity, and strengthening the identity of every Indian. And the document reproduces this vision statement in 22 all Indian languages. Then it goes to look at each one of those individual prerogatives. For example, if you take this prerogative clean air and potable water, then it lists a range of technologies which should be available. And then it also categorizes them. It's not as if everything has to be reinvented. There are many things which are already existing. So this color code essentially is those which are really deployable, those which are available in the lab but we have to take them to the field, those which requires targeted research, and those which are still in the imagination. And then there is a short description about each one of them in the document. Now, by covering these 12 prerogatives, as I mentioned, in parallel there has been this work going on by the sectoral committee. The 12 sectoral committees, you have a sectoral document covering each one of them. And that's currently the work in progress. But the basic gist of what's contained in that document is already been inserted as a pull-out in this document on a technoscope. And this technoscope, there is a section for each one of the sectors. For example, if you take the education sector, where the vision has been identified as realizing the full potential of every Indian. There, it talks about the issues that need to be addressed. It talks about the emerging trends and concepts, and it talks about future technology. And there are several very interesting things like, for example, the massive open online courseware. Now it is already started practicing. Or there is this hybrid or blended learning, or for that matter, game-based learning, or the flipped classroom. Now these are the ideas which are taking shape. And in terms of technologies, which may become important in education, let's all, for example, 3D printing, 4G, 5G communication. So like that, you have other sectors for transportation, for manufacturing, so we talked about priorities, we talked about the sectoral coverage of different technologies. Then the document goes on to define some grand challenges. We said let's look at 10 most important grand challenges. The question was, why do we need grand challenge? Grand challenge is something where each Indian who identifies himself or herself, each Indian would be filled with pride. At the same time, it has some long-term strategic needs. These are not the things, we look at it from a pure, narrow, myopic economic view, you may say that no, it's not good. But it's important. For example, the United States sent man on the moon, so they can't sell it. People have questioned at that time whether it was worth expenditure. Or for that matter, when our own Chandrayaan project was approved, I know there was a debate. Why do we need to send Chandrayaan? Can we not solve our problem or do it? Today we know that India has distinguished itself by way of not just sending a vehicle to moon, but also to Mars. And to do that in a much cheaper way compared to any other country done so far. And for that matter, during first time right, particularly mission to Mars. And it has caught imagination of every Indian. That's the kind. So it has a lot of merit. So we said, okay, let us list 10 such grand challenges, and we attempted to list that in certain order of priority. So it includes things like guaranteeing nutritional security and eliminating female and child disease. For me, because I don't belong to this field, it took me some time to figure out why it should be considered. But when we discussed, I was convinced that the capability and the potential of future generations of India, I think very crucially depends on this factor. It may look very simple, but I think there is a lot of work to do. There are programs, even now there are programs, but we haven't seen the results, the outcome as we expect. So we need to or for that matter, ensuring quantity and quality of water in all rivers and aquatic bodies. Securing critical resources commensurate with the size of the ocean. Providing learner-centric, language-neutral, and holistic education to all. Understanding national climate pattern and adopting to them. Making India non-fossil fuel-based. Taking railway to Leh and Kawan. Ensuring location and ability independent electoral and financially power. Developing commercially viable, decentralized and distributed energy for all. And finally, ensuring universal eco-friendly waste. You will find that some of them they look trivial. But if you say that, have you been able to do some big thing about it? You remember, you realize that these are still very, very problems. We're not able to solve. And so we need to do something about it. Now that much about the what is there in the technology. Now we use the remaining time to talk about what next. Why what is the issue and what we need to do about it. Now this figure is rather complex, but let me explain. This is a figure which talks about the scientists and engineers per million people. How many scientists, engineers we have per million population? on the y-axis, and on the x-axis, it talks about the expenditure on research and development as proportion of GDP. We talk about 2% expenditure in science, for example. The size of these circles is actually representative of the total expenditure that a particular country spends on research and development. For example, India is here, and the circle represents research and development of India, which is obviously much smaller compared to China or even smaller compared to the United States. Some other countries will spend a lot of money on research and development, Japan and Germany. But notice that Indian R&D spending is in fact larger than Israel, Canada, Sweden, UK, Switzerland, Finland. And recognize that these are the countries which supply a lot of technology. The question to ask is, if we spend so much of money on R&D, comparable with those countries, why are we not able to balance the trade between these two? Why we import technology from there and are unable to export equal quantum of technology from us? I think that's a question all of us should ask, particularly all of us belonging to scientific community must ask. So when I was kind of looking at this figure a little more, so I thought maybe we take the large countries who will spread our resources in, so not much is being achieved. So I looked at what is the per capita expenditure that we incur because of first scientists for full-time employees. Now in India we have something like 0.16 million full-time employees. Size of our scientific community. And we are spending something like 7 million for full-time employees. That's really good non plus salary plus all other things. On a gross average basis. And this number is comparable with the best in the world. So it's not as if our resources are very limited. We need to spend more money, we need to bring in more scientists. Our expenditure is less than 1%, which go to at least around 2%. All that is very true. But the fact is, whatever money we are spending, are we making good use of it? That's a question that we must be answered. Another feature is, of course, we all know that the industry investment in R&D is rather good. Let's take, for example, in pharma, industry has done very well. Automobiles have started doing, we have Tata and Mahindra, their products which are now working not just on India roads, but also on foreign roads. But by and large, industry investment is rather good. So while investments in R&D need to grow commensurate with the size of our economy, there is an urgent need to make it much more productive. That's the answer that we must find. So to look at that, of course, there are many dimensions to this, but one dimension is to look at our higher technical education environment. Now, this is typically schematic of programs in a university abroad. Now, if you look at figure below this line, university and academia, this domain, you find this is much the same as we have here at what there is not much difference at the level of individual. We are essentially structured and organized in a way very similar to the abroad. But look at this domain, the upper part of this slide, the group research and development. People from industry and academia are working together. People working towards commercial products. People looking at meeting the needs of market and social infrastructure, market system, and so on. this requires a very different set of skills, very different knowledge domain as compared to the university. They are all listed here. Now, I think we need to enrich this part. And only when we enrich this part, according to me, that we will be able to make some degree. Things are happening. Many places, for example, IIT, you already have but as a country, we need to do this as a goal. And there must be kind of participation of industry and university at all levels. Even at the 100% academic level, there must be some participation in industry. And of course, at the industry research level, there must be much larger participation. So we need to carry out systematic change in our society. Now, question is, things can happen. Our people are very good, but we know. And if you give them opportunity, actually they will do. Now, I don't know if people is here. We are all people of that class. People create new technologies every day. Here, in the context of biomedical technologies, this is, I also chair state level science and technology commission in Maharashtra. So under the aegis of that commission, we created a biomedical engineering and technology incubation center. This is actually an incubation center hosted in 3 institutions: IIT Bombay, College of Engineering Pune, and VNIT Nagpur. The researchers there are in very intense and very comprehensive collaboration with the medical doctors in those cities. And together, along with the students of these institutions, they said, okay, now let's get on to creating this biomedical. Believe me, in a span of about 1.5 years, these people have already translated commercialized technologies. And they expect this coming year to translate another 6 or 8 years. Many of them are absolutely high-tech. You might have heard, for example, in IIT Bombay, they have created a product which can create a 3D image out of a 2D X-ray, which is so important for planning, particularly after surgery, in areas where you can't get 3D image so easily, and so on and so forth. So, if you create the right kind of ecosystem, I think it is quite easily possible to make a difference and to enhance the technology output from our science and technology venture. Now, so far so good, but 2/3 of India lives in villages. So this culture must permeate across the country. It's no good saying that, well, this culture is okay in urban areas. Of course, that's where it should begin. That's where it will make a larger impact in the world of commerce, the marketplace. But to make a difference to Indians as a whole, I think we must create such innovation ecosystems, even in rural areas. And so here is a busy slide. I'm not going to go into too many details. But just to say that this is a case of an innovation ecosystem created in rural areas. This is rural Maharashtra. It's an engineering college, a private engineering college near Kakodkar, not in Kakodkar, 12 kilometers away from Kakodkar. This college, it has, of course, set up what we call a rural human and resource development facility, which sustains research and development, but also does capacity building of people in the neighborhood. In addition, they have at 6 or 7 places in the surrounding villages, smaller scale demonstration centers where further scale up of the capacity building activity, or for that matter, also intelligence, creating familiarity with technologies for farmers. In addition, there is an NK node in this engineering college. From there, using a low-cost broadband wireless, it reaches to schools in a radius of around 20-25 kilometers. And of course, for the purpose of this experiment, we have taken 5 schools and targeting 1 class each. And looking at the impact of ICT on schooling. And I must say the enthusiasm and the impact that this makes. Again, this is only 3 years old, but you see to believe. They are already impacted something like more than 2,000 farmer families in 35 villages, and through a parallel program, another 2,200 households in 60 villages. They have only impacted agriculture over an area of about 1,000. And of course, today they are fully ready with the content of open education resource in vernacular, in Marathi language, for 9th standard. And in fact, the group which is doing this, there are a large number of people involved. I am only talking about making it available to all schools. Just like we have the most platform for higher education, this is for schools. And I don't have time to go into detail, but it can make. So this, the short point is, innovation is not just about commercial technology. Innovation has to be also about social technology. Social, you want to build on social capital, you need to bring in technology. Now, I think the key point is that we need to inculcate a culture of innovation. And this is something which I think as an Indian society, we need to do a lot of. We are all experts in creating silos around us. And I think we need to change from this silo mindset to mindset of very free and open collaboration. Wherever there is a genuine opportunity, there must be a large collaboration to create new innovation. And so this has to begin right at the school level. We should have science centers. We're talking about creating science innovation activities in each district, for example. Or the remaining part we can cover by the mobile science activities. The engineering college students, for example, there is another program done by CSIR called MSME Industry Internship. Now, all engineering college students do projects. Some do in industry, some do in the college, some go to another. I'm sure we have a lot of them. What if you make that internship period somewhat longer, 6 months? And before that, you have another 2 months problem defining period. And let students along with the faculty and the industry where they are working identify a problem which will go towards actual solving of a problem that is existing in the industry. And it can be solved in 6 months' time. And we say, okay, for that we give 1 lakh. Imagine that every engineering college student, rather than just filing a project report, which everybody has to do, in some places evaluated, some marks are given, the report is fine, nothing more. I'm sure even here, they are coming to institutions like CSIR. Maybe they get some exposure, which is good. Maybe they do some work which will kind of be a little addition to what you are doing. But instead of that, if it amounts to fixing a problem, if it amounts to contributing something new, which can be identified as a development done by the individual, I think mindset will change for life, and that is what we should be looking at. And this program also, if you ask at the individual level, there is only 1 year old now, with tremendous enthusiasm on part of students, on part of industry, because they also get some addition, particularly MSMEs. For them, hiring an engineer is not so easy. But here in the case where they can get a person qualified for it, you get the problem solved. And then, of course, there is this question of new startups and large number of research parks where the high technologies can be used. Now, if you want to achieve all this, of course, you need to create conditions at the working level, but I think you also need to create conditions at the policy level. And I have listed so many of them. I'm not going to read all of them, but I think it's important that we address the issues of minimizing the disparity in the society. We address the issue of creating quality education and making it accessible to everyone. We need to address issues in terms of food, energy, materials, security. We need to make our infrastructure resilient, so on and so forth. But in the context of technology, according to me, we should give an additional emphasis on this, what I call demand-driven research. Today's research is the researcher identifies the problem, we get to review in some peer review more, and then we go on. And so it's that to me is a supply-driven R&D, which is of course necessarily most of it will be like that. But when it is very strongly in supply mode, its final reaching the destination will invariably face a lot of barriers. You do this in the demand-driven mode, then you have at least one user ready at hand. He knows what you have gone through. He knows that some of the requirements have been customized into this development. I think the ability to translate that technology becomes that much higher. And I think that should happen, particularly in the context of academic institutions, the higher academic research. We can make it a good part of it, make it demand-driven. I think output in terms of technology would be very high. And then, of course, there are issues like once it is done, creating market access, reducing the barriers for market entry and so on. All that we need to address. I come almost to the end of what I have to say. I just want to quote a little bit of data which was valid till some time ago, last year or so. But it's a very scaling data. IITs at one stage were ranked 4th in the world, 4th, just ahead of Harvard, in a new ranking of top 50 universities that have produced venture capital-backed founders. That's what we're looking at. Why we're not able to explore our technology in comparison to technology imports that we have. The study was quite comprehensive. It looked at something like 13,000 founders globally, and it fit to that. Now, that was IITians, but IITians not in India, mostly in US. So while we keep on harping on our educational institutions, remember that the output of educational institutions is also linked with how the society or the industry integrates. They say India is a land of ideas and US is a land of opportunities. We don't create opportunities. And so that was IITs, and all this is actually what happened mostly in the US. Now there is a much larger number of Indian youth in India. We need to create conditions for them to be able to perform at similar level. I think given the national will, it can happen. For example, these IIT for the period, this was for the 5-year period, 2009 to 2015. And during that period, they created ventures and they got fund in 4th place. They attracted something like $3.5 billion US. So if a small number of graduates can attract $3.5 billion investment, India will easily 100 times more people with similar qualifications. So let's enrich qualities, let's create conditions, let's create opportunities. I see no reason why we can't do 3.5 billion instead of $3.5 billion worth. And then you imagine where India. So I thank you on that.
Thank you, sir, for enriching us on innovative platform. Your presentation is surely going to be a catalyst for young, bubbling, raw material, human resource in this auditorium. किसी भी देश के अस्तित्व के लिए प्रौद्योगिकी आत्मनिर्भरता महत्वपूर्ण होती है। धन्यवाद 1998 से पोखरण प्लेस से आज तक के सफर के लिए। धन्यवाद टेक्नोलॉजी मिशन 2035 के विद्वानों के लिए। भारत की पहचान विश्व मंच पर हो, प्रत्येक भारतीय की पहचान विश्व मंच पर हो। भारत को लैंड ऑफ आइडियाज से लैंड ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज बनाने के मिशन में हम सब कामयाब हैं। इसी आह्वान के साथ हम आपका आभार व्यक्त करते हैं और अनुरोध करते हैं